Each and every one of us has blood. It's something that applies to all of us, and yet blood shortages are one of the most overlooked problems in the entire world. Out of the 180 countries that were surveyed by the World Health Organization, 107 of them didn't have an adequate blood supply. Hi, I'm Haley, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about how we can use synthetic biology to genetically engineer yeast to produce hemoglobin and in turn stop blood shortages. And whilst people are still donating blood, it isn't feasible for everyone to be able to donate enough blood. This is because we have different blood types. It means that you have different antigens in your blood. So someone that has an O-negative blood type is called a universal donor. And that means that they don't have any Rh, A, or B antigens in their blood that would prevent them from donating to anyone with any blood type. So what if we could replicate blood? By that I mean, what if we could produce the most essential protein in blood? Hemoglobin. Hemoglobin's in charge of anything oxygen related, so it carries oxygen around the body. To understand how to replicate hemoglobin, we first have to break it down. It's made up of two proteins called heme and globin. That means that to produce hemoglobin, we'd have to replicate both heme and globin. Heme is composed of a ring-like compound called porphyrin, and an iron atom is attached. This iron atom is really important since it binds oxygen to the blood. Then we have globin, whose base composition can vary. The model yeast Saccharomyces cerevisiae is ideal since its genes are easily replicated and are very easily modified. Secondly, we would add the genetic code of the hemoglobin to the model yeast. This would basically mean that we're putting the instructions for the yeast to prepare the hemoglobin and produce the hemoglobin into the yeast using an inactive virus. Last but most certainly not least, the very important step, the heme and the globin would be left to synthesize. And as they continue to produce, they would eventually combine to form hemoglobin. Since hemoglobin is so important, it's essential that we are able to provide access to it everywhere in the world. And that starts with producing heme and globin.